Can Arsenal still stay top without Merino? Or Premier League title battle explained? What happens when the most balanced team in the Premier League suddenly loses its stabilizer?
Yeah, Merino has become such a really integral, important player for Arsenal.
That's the beauty of Arsenal's squad. You know, this is the best squad they've had since the Invincibles, for me.
Shot and it's glanced in! Mikel Merino!
Arsenal are top of the table. They're controlling games. They're winning ugly when needed. But now there's a problem. If Arsenal really are facing a stretch without Merino, one of their most influential midfield figures, the biggest question of this title race suddenly becomes unavoidable. Can Arsenal stay top without him? Or is this where the season starts to slip? Today, we're breaking it all down, tactically, mentally, and in the context of a brutal title race that refuses to wait for anyone. Let's start with where Arsenal are right now, because context matters. Arsenal aren't top by accident. They've been structurally disciplined, defensively resilient, ruthless in control phases this season. Arsenal have mastered something they lacked in previous title pushes: game management. They're not chasing chaos, they're dictating tempo. Key strengths driving their position: a compact defensive block that limits high-quality chances, control build-up from the back, midfield dominance and second balls, and transitions players like Declan Rice anchoring the system, Ødegaard orchestrating tempo and pressing triggers, wide players stretching the pitch without overcommitting. But beneath all of this structure sits one crucial pillar: poised, the balance player, the connector, the insurance policy. That's where Merino comes in. Merino's value isn't always obvious on highlight reels, and that's exactly why he matters. He's not the flashiest name on the team sheet, but tactically, he's massive. Let's break down what Arsenal lose without him. Midfield control: Merino provides physical presence in midfield, duels, positional discipline when Arsenal push high and outlet under pressure. When Arsenal recycle possession, Merino is often the player, dropping into half spaces, offering safe progression, slowing the game when momentum swings. Without him, Arsenal risk becoming either too vertical or too cautious. Both are dangerous. Defensive stability: Merino's defensive contribution is subtle but constant. He screens passing lanes, tracks late runners, covers for advancing fullbacks. Remove that layer and suddenly centre-backs are exposed earlier. Rice is forced to cover more ground. The defensive line drops deeper. That changes Arsenal's entire identity. Mental and leadership impact: big moments don't just require talent, they require calm. Merino brings experience, composure, tactical discipline in tight games, 1-0 leads, hostile away grounds. That matters more than raw flair. Lose him, and Arsenal don't just lose a player, they lose control. 4. Tactical adjustments and alternatives: 5-30 to 8-0. So, what can Arsenal actually do? Because this isn't FIFA. You don't just replace Merino. Option 1, reshuffle the midfield. Arteta could drop Rice deeper, permanently give Ødegaard more defensive responsibility, use a more dynamic but less disciplined partner. The risk: creativity improves, defensive transitions suffer. Option 2, system over personnel. Instead of replacing Merino directly, Arsenal could sit deeper play with shorter pressing phases, prioritize compactness over aggression. This keeps stability but sacrifices dominance. Option 3, trust the squad depth. A rotational player stepping in brings energy, hunger, but also unpredictability in a title race. Unpredictability cuts both ways. Arteta's biggest test isn't tactical genius. It's choosing which risk is acceptable. And here's where the pressure explodes. Because Arsenal aren't racing alone. Manchester City don't panic. They wait. They thrive on moments like this, when rivals blink first. Depth, experience, cold efficiency. If Arsenal wobble even slightly, City are built to capitalize. Liverpool's intensity is relentless. They smell vulnerability, they press harder, they turn small cracks into collapses, and Arsenal midfield missing stability. That's exactly the scenario Liverpool target. This is the brutal truth of the title race. Arsenal don't need to collapse to lose control. They just need to slow down, and without Merino, slowing down becomes very real. This part decides titles more than tactics. How does a team react when the margin for error disappears? Media narratives turn every drop point feels fatal. Arsenal have felt this pressure before. The difference now, they're more mature, more disciplined, but losing a key player tests belief. Leadership from Rice Ødegaard senior defenders becomes non-negotiable because titles aren't just won with legs, they're won with nerve. So, can Arsenal stay top without Merino? The honest answer? Yes, but not comfortably. They have the structure, the manager, the squad intelligence, but they lose margin. They lose control. They lose breathing room. If Arsenal adapt quickly, rotate smartly, and stay mentally sharp, they stay in the race. If they hesitate, if adjustments come too late, this title fight will punish them instantly. Arsenal's season now isn't about brilliance. It's about resilience. Now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Do you think Arsenal can survive this phase without Merino, or is this the turning point of the title race? If you enjoyed this deep dive analysis, like the video, subscribe for more Premier League breakdowns, and share this with an Arsenal fan who needs to hear it, because this season, it's far from over.